In the month of end of February, beginning of March, we have experienced a beautiful growing season for onions, where we got plenty of sunshine days, and we already had enough heat units accumulated, and the crop took every bit of the advantage of it, and it started turning around tremendously. Back in January, because it was so hot up front, the onions had a hard time trying to get established, and there were some stand losses in the first portion of the crop.
So we did come out of that with some stand loss. I think everybody in the industry has some to some degree, but I think for Schumann Produce and our group, we fared, we're optimistic about where we are. I don't think we've got a stand loss that we've seen around the industry. So we feel pretty good about that. Right now, we're very optimistic about our crop and just about the quality and the volume that's coming. So we think we're going to have a good, promotable, good quality crop. Most things are imported. I think if you can have those things, everything else will take care of itself.
This thing started out kind of funny. It presented us with a heck of a challenge back in October, November, December when we were preparing to put this crop in the ground, or actually started putting it in the ground. But February rolled around and we got really nice weather, and now it's March and we've got 80 to 85 degrees daily and got a good wind to keep the tops dry, and this crop's coming together a lot better than we had initially thought.
Well, it turned out to be because of the extremely wet winter. That's the reason the industry is down in acreage right now. So, we've only got a touch over 10,000 acres, which is the least that we've had in probably 20 years or more. But we still going, the crop's coming around looking good. There still will be a good supply of Vidalias available.
Well, I know our growers are real excited, and more excited than I've seen them in a while, and looking to have good, just a good supply of good onions and at a good price. It looks like we're coming into a real good market. There's not a lot of storage left out there, and by the time we come off on the 25th, it's going to be just right for our industry.
What is critical to a Vidalia crop is it does everything during the month of March. You can mark the month of March, and that's when it dictates how big it gets, how good the quality is, everything about it. Now, naturally, you have to take care of them all year long to get them to that point, but we're nursing a onion that we started actually Labor Day of last year, sowing the seed.
Today is March 17. You can see this field of onions over here, and that's 3 inches and 3/4. That's another one next to it, 3 1/4. This one over here, it's smaller, but it's about 2 1/4. Honestly, I've been growing onions for 15 years, and I only remember 2011 and 12 being so close to this scenario.
It's been 3 or 4 years in the Vidalia region. We've had just one calamity after another, just one problem after another. It was the downy mildew issue several years ago. It was, the freeze problems we had a couple years ago.
That's the cow walks off. How cows have a tendency to one follows the other, and and they can be in the field one minute and the next minute, out like a buffalo and walk over the side. It's like March Madness until we get them. If the cow doesn't walk off the cliff, I think we're positioning as an industry to be in really good shape. I feel a lot better now, and I think some other guys would agree, than I have in recent years.
Our crop is running ahead of schedule from what it normally is. Our heat units are probably as high as they've ever been at this time of the year. We feel like that some of that come from November when we had extremely warm weather.
Are you going to have enough onions to take care of retail?
Yes, sir, we are. There'll be an ample supply of onions. No one needs to worry that there won't be enough of Vidalias.
I mean, a lot can happen over the next 6 weeks until the start date for Vidalia onions, but right now it looks like we're in for a good sized crop in terms of overall size of the onions. Not sure what the yields are going to be yet, but it looks like we're going to have a good size profile, leaning more to the bulk size, jumbo and colossal.
Because you can bring them in anytime you want to, get them dried and get them in your house and get them ready to go. Start boxing them up, packaging them up, that Friday morning, and they'll be on the road, and you can be eating them quick as they get them to you.
So on April 26th, I can look forward to lighting my grill and throwing a couple
Man,
on.
there'll be onions everywhere on April the 26th. You can bet on that.